Gary's here. We're reviewing Room. Back in 2015, I saw the trailer for Room, and I'll say I'm a sucker for independent films, especially if they are heavy in character and story development. And this has both. I tried for months to see this film in theaters, but it was only in limited release, and I couldn't find it anywhere in the theaters around where I'm from. I finally had to wait for it to hit DVD, and so I up and bought it, not knowing if it'll be just a waste of money. Fortunately, that wasn't the case. The first hour of Room, I was glued. The film is about Joy and Jack, who have been stuck in this room for 5 years, Joy 7. It starts you off with a narration of Jack, a 5-year-old boy that at first glance looks like a girl because his hair is 1/3 as long as he is. The film starts you off in the room. You're introduced to Joy, Jack's mother, as she goes about her daily routine, making sure Jack is fed, bathed, educated, and healthy throughout the time in the film. Joy is mentally beaten here, to the point they may never leave the room. So as Jack gets older, she has limited his imagination to the confines of the room. But still, Jack's imagination runs active and stubborn, deep within the shed walls, yearning to escape. When Jack turns 5, Joy makes a decision that changes her son's world, hopefully in her case, for the better. The first hour of the film is very isolated. We as the viewer do not leave that room, but even with how small and claustrophobic it may be, it captures a world you can almost imagine how comforting Brie Larson's character makes the room seem. But it doesn't come without its dangers. Joy's capture, who she calls Old Nick, makes weekly visits. So Jack is put in a wardrobe for safety. There's a moment in the film when Joy makes a choice, and that choice could be very well her last. The next few scenes are very intense and emotional, and there's so much confusion on Jack's part. All his life he's been told one thing, and now that's changing. The halfway mark, the film takes a dramatic turn, and it takes a more psychological approach. It becomes about rediscovery for Jack and reconnecting for Joy. The first time I saw this film, I'll admit I teared up. With several scenes, there's no doubt why Brie Larson's got an Oscar. But the story is about Jack. It's narrated by Jack, and it's basically from his point of view. Jacob Tremblay should have at least got a nomination because the kid's performance, man, in a couple of scenes really outweighed Larson's. Especially in one scene where he screams at her as she tells him all about what the real world is. The look on Tremblay's face is akin to what my son's face looks like at 5 when he learns that not all people's intentions are good and fair and full of kindness. I don't want to describe too much more about the film. I think you need to check it out yourselves. For your average film goer, it may seem slow and that nothing happens in the first 40 minutes, but stick with it. There's lots in the film that happen. You look deeper than the exterior of it. There's another scene that I found that really punches you in the gut emotionally that I didn't see coming. My first viewing, I knew the scene was there and I was waiting for it. Jack's waiting for it, but it pulled me in and it was done. Tears ran down my face. There's a glorified cameo by William H. Macy. As a cameo, he doesn't have a lot to do. It's never said but implied that his character doesn't approve of some of his daughter's decisions regarding Jack. You empathize with his thinking, but the choice was made. You can tell that this was a passion project for everyone involved, be it the writer, the director, the actors, even the set designers who put together the room. The room was a character in and of itself with its detailed connection with Joy and Jack. I'm going to definitely recommend Room to you. Thanks for watching, and please share. If you agree or disagree, put a comment down below me.